Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Maniac Monday. I hope each and every one of you had a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you got to get out and or maybe hang out and watch some movies or binge watch some series, whatever it is that makes you happy. Hopefully you got to do something this past weekend. And first and foremost, I do want to say thank you for checking out my videos, and I hope all of y'all are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, whenever it is when you're watching this. I hope you're having a great time. And please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your new faces. For those of you that are new here, every Monday through Friday, as usual, there's going to be a video. And for any more information, link to the trailers in the description box. So yes, there's all that information in there below. And there was a couple little tidbits on today's film that I put a couple little trivia, little facts about the movie, just a couple of fun ones. Let's get on to it though. Let's dive into the masterpiece. Yes, the masterpiece known as Gutterballs. Yes, and I got that sweet 2-disc Unearthed Films edition, and I got this old Balls Out unrated edition. I'm going to set that one down for now, but I want to focus on showing you guys this awesome one from Unearthed Films. Boy, the artwork is just absolutely stunning. They are going through and redoing all the Ryan Nicholson films, re-releasing them, cleaning them up, and adding whatever needs to be added to it, and throwing in everything they can, including the kitchen sink when it comes to the special features. They are crushing it with everything that's on this. The second disc is a ton of outtakes, like hours and hours and hours of outtakes. Like, you could sit there for a couple days and go through all that. That's how much stuff is there. It's almost a full-time job for an entire week. That's how much there is, because you get both the regular cut of the film, and you get the triple X rated penetration edition, which that's what today's review is going to be on, is that one. Both cuts are pretty much the same, except for the penetrated edition has some triple X little clips cut into it here. Looked like it was some extended gore from what I saw. It's about a minute, and I think a minute and a half longer than the regular cut of it. All right, let me just. Oh, first I wanted to show you again. Yeah, this is a 2-disc edition. There's no reversible cover art in here. Like I said, the second disc is nothing but your outtakes. There we go. Both standard issue pressed DVDs and Blu-rays, I mean. There you go for the special features guide. There's a ton of stuff on there. All right, guys. And then as far as this older one, it's got some decent stuff on there. It's got a commentary, a making of, and a teaser trailer for Gutterballs. I can't say anything wrong about this movie, especially the Unearthed Films release of this. I highly suggest you guys go out and pick this one up. It is an absolute masterpiece. This is one that I can watch year in, year out. I could watch this a couple times a year. As a matter of fact, I've watched it 3 times now since I purchased this Unearthed Films edition, just because it's so crisp and clean, and it's just been wanting. I just been wanting that urge to watch it because it's just so good. It's like a horrible sweet treat that you're not supposed to have because it's just filled with too much sugar and goodness. It's amazing. Now this one's running at that hour and 36-minute mark and whatever seconds. I think it was like 48 seconds, something like that. This one's from 2008, so this one is already 12 years old. It's hard to believe that it's 12 years old already. This film is just it stands up perfectly, and it is supposed to resemble an 80s film in a bowl-a-rama or a bowling alley type place, and it fits 100% to the T. I can't can't say anything else about how well they did with the special, or not the special features, but with the look of it, to make it look like that 80s type of film, all the way from their wardrobe to the way they talked. Unfortunately, there is another cut of this that it has I know Loverboy is one of the songs on it, or yeah, I know they did a song on there, but I can't remember who else did some music on it. It had some copyrighted music on there, so Unearthed Films could not release that edition. That one is truly a underground, strictly bootleg edition. So if you have that one, hold on to it or hit me up. I might want to buy that from you at some point or another. This is one that I have already double dipped in it. I'll gladly triple and quadruple dip on some of those older releases, because it's one that I really like. Now, who's in this one? It's got a huge cast. Like, we got Alastair Gamble, Mihola Terzic, Nathan Whitte, Candace Lewald, Stephanie Schacter, Scott Alonzo, Nathan Dashwood, Wade Gibb, Danielle Munro, Jimmy Blais, Trevor, Gemma, and Saraphina, Bardeaux, and none other than Dan Ellis playing the janitor. Dan Ellis is amazing in this. He is my favorite character in this entire film. Most of you will know him from other Ryan Nicholson films, such as, what is he in? Star Vehicle, or aka Bleeding Lady. He's in Hanger. He's in Ryan Nicholson's short for oh shoot, The Profane Exhibit. He's in there. It's called The Good Wife, I believe, is what the name of that segment was called. So he's done a few things with him, and he also one other thing that you might recognize him as. He played the male victim, the male patient in the movie Bloodshot, which is the American guinea pig film directed by none other than Marcus Cook. Special effects genius, in my opinion. He can do some amazing stuff. From what I've been told, I think that it's 100% official, been announced. He is cutting together the sequel to this, which I have a bootleg cut of it. It's the Texas Frightmare edition. I hope his cut is much better, because that one is just absolutely wretched to watch, and it's just terrible. It's just a bad movie, whatever, with what the footage he has in there, because it's a lot of recycled footage between Dead New Girls, more Dead New Girls. What else was there? There was a couple of things that was recycled footage. There was some recycled footage from this in there, of course, which was kind of, you knew it was gonna eventually happen, especially when you're revisiting characters that are no longer around, unfortunately, or at least characters that their demise is a little crazy. So you've got you've got basically a copycat. It's a copycat killer. I'm just gonna say that with part 2. It's a copycat. But let's get back to this one. Ryan, like I said, Ryan Nicholson directed this. Rest in peace, Ryan. I know a lot of people didn't like you there towards the end. I had no beef with you. I thought you were an amazing director, and I am happy to own this, along with all the other films of yours that I own. And I look forward to buying all the new editions that Unearthed Films is releasing, because they did a great job with both Collar and Famine, and then of course this one, and then looks like Live Feed is going to be the next one out, which is going to be absolutely epic. I have seen Live Feed and really like that one. It's gets a little, it's a graphic one, much like any of Ryan Nicholson's stuff. It's got a lot of gore in it. This one's got a lot of gore, a lot of gore. Now, what is this about? It's basically about these two groups of people that are bowling against each other at a local bowling lane, bowl-a-rama. and they're part of the bowling league tournament. There's a little fight and a squabble that happens that eventually forces the janitor who is running the show at the bowling alley at that moment. So he's more than just a janitor. In other words, he's kind of like a manager, operator, bartender, janitor. Like he does all of that stuff. He's a jack of all trades when it comes to the bowling alley. He's there for everything that the young kids need. I mean, I guess they're not. In my opinion, they're not kids. They're probably older than me, but they're playing younger kid types. Now, where was I going with that? There's a little squabble. It forces the janitor to kick everyone out, and he luckily decides that they can come back the next night, remake it up over the after hours. So he's going to specially open the bowling alley just for these guys. These guys are not. Like both groups of each other do not like each other. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of animosity amongst each others. They talk a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie. The F-bomb is dropped they say over 500 times in this film. It is definitely like every 4 or 5 words is the F-bomb. So if your tender little ears can't handle an F-bomb or 500, do not watch this one. There is also nudity. Oh, excuse me. Some hardcore nudity, even if you watch the regular cut of the film, because there is some vagina shots. I'm not gonna lie. And then there's a scene where it's a girl and a guy get killed in one of the most I guess the newest one way that it was it was clever. Like I've never seen anyone get killed like that, and he killed 2 people in one shot, and it was just absolutely funny. It was crazy, and it was just perfect the way that scene ran together. If any of you guys know about that one, it's a magical number, and you guys, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Just for that kill alone, those kills, it's 2 people. There's some other awesome kills, like there's some bowling ball action. The bowling bag killer, BBK is what he is called. He basically is on a revenge. He has all these bowling pins that he's fashioned into weapons. Like he has a pair of nunchuck ones. He has ones that he has made daggers with them out of. So he is very equipped and ready for the debauchery of the night. And the reason why he's going after these kids is the one group of men who are extremely dickheads. Like the one guy is such a chauvinist pig. Like he calls every woman is a horrible name that he calls them. He just F this, fuck that. The guy is just a dastardly bastard. He does a great job making you not like him. Great performance by the lead of the opposite team. I forget what his name is currently, but he was really good. Most of the cast is pretty good on this, but why BBK is going after these kids is that night after the squabble, one of the girls goes back inside the building to go get her purse. She is brutally attacked and raped by 1, 2, 3, 4 different guys, and it's all the entire other team, the men from the other team, and they rape her very brutally. It's one that you will not forget. The XXX stuff in there, it honestly, it's kind of cornball. It doesn't need to be in there, in my opinion. I could care less if somebody's actually pounding the crotch, and and you find out that the girl's got a pierced vagina. I mean, I could care less when it comes to the actual film itself. I can see vagina whenever I want. It's not like it's my first rodeo. So you got to try a little harder than that to shock me, I guess, on that end. And it didn't really need to exist in there, in my opinion. All the gore, the extended gore does, that stuff is freaking badass. But as far as the triple X stuff, it didn't really need to be there. It served no purpose other than to shock some people and to turn on some folks. But so BBK is on a revenge rampage after all these people that did that girl wrong. Which, when you find out who the killer is, you know that it's obvious that the girl that was raped is intertwined into it. They don't hide that right at all. They let you know, like, as you're watching this, it's unfolding that yes, this girl, something's not right with her. She is definitely up to no good. She disappears at all the key moments when people are getting killed. So it's one of those things like, oh, she's the killer. But there's more to it than just that. There's more than meets the eyes, much like the Transformers say. So check it out. Tell me what you think of the ending. I'm on the fence with it. There's one part of it that I'm just like, really? We could have done without that extra little twist in there, but all in all, top-notch film. I don't want to talk anymore about what's as far as what happens in the movie, because you need to watch it unfold before your very own eyes. And like I always like to do, I like to give you just a very basic, brief tidbit of it, because I want you to go check it out. Go in a little blind. That's how you find out if movies are going to be good or not. If somebody keeps telling you exactly what a movie's about and that you should like it over and over and over again, they pound in your head that you should like it, chances are you're not going to like it, because it's hard to force somebody to like something if they don't. So I hate when certain film critics go too far into the storyline and they tell too much, and it ruins it for certain people that have not seen this film yet. Holy crap, I'm up over 17 minutes. I'll probably get to that 20-minute mark because this one's such a good movie. But as far as like a rating thing goes, for a 1 through 5 on the technical side, this thing's probably a 3. It's not a technical masterpiece by any means. There's some of the footage is you can tell it was used with different cameras. It looks like almost different film stock altogether in places. The sound, they had to go through and redub a lot of the dialogue, and you really can tell because they get the Godzilla effect going where they're talking, but the mouths are not matching up. So there's that aspect going on in there. So there's little things here and there. There's little plot hole gaps here and there. There's no slow or dull places in this movie. Not one bit. It keeps going. It's got a nice momentum. So it does have that going in its favor for as far as all technical stuff goes. You're not gonna find any crazy camera angles. Nothing new or different. It's film 101. It's what you need to study to be able to make a coherent film, in my opinion. As far as the technical side goes, story wise and delivering. Now, as far as entertainment goes, this thing is a 5. This thing is absolutely entertaining. It's one that I watch. Like I said, I watch multiple times a year. I've watched this thing 3 times since I've gotten it, and I will continue to watch it. And I hope all of you guys run out, grab a copy, buy it off of Diabolic or Grindhouse, or please do Unearthed Films a favor and hop over onto the unearthedfilms.com website and check out their store and pick up a copy, and that's unearthedfilms.com. So and that's all one word. If you guys don't know, that's how the internet works. But it'll tell you they have a lot of awesome stuff on there. There's a 1-disc edition for this, and there's also a DVD edition. The 1-disc edition, I believe, has both cuts of the film. I'm not 100%, but I do know the DVD does. Stephen Biro over there, the man, the myth, the legend. He's not a myth, but the man. He confirmed that it's going to have that cut on the DVD as a special feature. So do check that out. Alright, guys, I've blabbered on enough. Unearthedfilms.com, go check it out. I'm going to roll out of here. I hope all of y'all have a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk now. Like I said before, 8 out of 10. Good score. Love your faces. Peace.